Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Cast with Friends with your host, Jose Alvarado. We are just going to have a drunkenly talk with a bunch of my friends, including my friend
Zavina,
Meg,
David.
And we're just going to have fun. And honestly, my phone's a little dead, but we're going to see how long we last and if we can make this go through the entire episode. But thank you for coming back, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks. So, what is the drunkest you guys have ever been?
Oh no.
ever been? Girl, I can't remember.
Time of my life.
When did you guys start drinking? Give me your age. What time did you guys start drinking?
Probably 16. No, 17. 17?
6th grade.
15.
I think I started drinking when I was about, maybe my middle school. No, when I was 15, 16. I think that's when I really started drinking. Was it like a binging for you guys, or was it like a steady incline?
For me, it was like starting off drinking with my friends, and we didn't understand what drinking was, so we would just get fucked up and like throw up all the time. But after that, it became like a steady incline.
I don't know. I used to sneak out to drink with kids from middle school.
Megan, I feel like you have a lot of interesting stories about how you got about.
And then I just got drunk with my parents all the time.
What do you mean? Can you what was it like though? What was it?
I don't know. I grew up in a gang town, and everyone was in 6th grade. We were all doing cocaine and getting drunk.
But
and,
you would bring people over to your house.
Oh, we were the trap house in high school. I was popular in high school strictly because people could get drunk and fucked up at my house.
What was that like, knowing that your house was the house?
Sometimes it was cool, sometimes it was fun, but other times it would suck because you'd come home and you'd be like, I just want to lay in my bed. And you'd get home from school and there'd be 15 people in your dining room hanging out with your mom getting drunk already, and you'd be like, cool.
Did you feel like a burden, like a pressure? What was that?
I don't know. I feel like I don't remember a lot of things.
No, I mean, yeah, a lot of things
It was
could
a
happen
long
between
time
that.
ago.
It was. Dave, when did you start drinking?
I started drinking when I was 15. I just drank once, 14 shots, in 15 minutes, because I didn't really realize.
Did you get?
I didn't realize it settles in after a while, and I puked the entire night and woke up super sick. And
Did you get absolutely trashed?
It steered me away from booze for a long time.
Jeez, dude, 15 shots in 15 minutes.
It was 14 or 13, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, man. You were messed up, weren't you? When was that? How old were you?
I make it up the stairs. What's up?
How old are you when that happened?
15.
15?
Yeah, dude.
So-
I was at DJ's house.
Did you have fun when that happened?
DJ Arnold.
No, but also maybe a little bit. I learned a lot.
Would you do it again?
No.
What about you, Jose?
Well,
What's
Like-
the drunkest you've been?
what's the drunkest I've been? There's been a couple of times where I've been very drunk.
I've seen
One of the most memorable ones for me has been when I was, it was one of the, I think it was New Year's, and I was with Max, and we were in a park close to his neighborhood, and we were just trying to get as drunk as we could, and so we got his brother, who was older than us, to buy I think it was a liter of,
Jacob!
it was red, what was
How
it?
old were you? Is the question here.
It was a
Not
red.
old enough.
It was a whiskey.
Ew.
It's that popular one that everyone drinks.
Oh, baby.
Fireball!
It was Fireball.
Fireball!
So I had Fireball, right? And it was a New Year's, and we went to this park, and around 9:00, I started chugging the Fireball.
How old were you, though?
I was I think 17, 18,
Baby!
and my phone is dying.
Damn it! We were doing so good.
That
God,
one's broken.
That whole
I don't know. It just turned off. I need to restart it.
okay,
Just plug into a different plug.
like different blocks or.
No, just a different
You
plug.
should grab the extension and plug it into the hole, and then plug it into the other hole.
Uno momento.
What were you even talking about? It was the New Year's Jose Fireball. New Year's Jose Fireball.
Yeah, so, okay. New Year's 17, I think this was like 2014, 2015. I was getting really drunk New Year's off of Fireball. I got way too drunk. Me and Max ended up on some Max towards Portland, and I ended up throwing up on the on the Max, the public transportation towards Portland. I threw up inside, and I was so embarrassed. We all ran out the next stop, and the next thing I remember is just running down the street with Burger King on our side, and that like Burger King and what was it, Panda Express on Beaverton Hillsdale, and like we were just running away from the Max station like after I thrown up, and I think that was one of the most drunkest I've been, as well as one of the most memorable. It's just weird how drunk we get at a young age. It's so crazy.
It's always at random times too. It's never like planned. You're just like, okay, this is happening.
That's how I feel even now. I'm 21, and like me getting this drunk is not planned. Like today I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna work on homework and go back to bed. But instead I got drunk as fuck with David, Meg, and Jose, and I enjoy it. But sometimes you do stupid shit when you're drunk as shit. But it's okay. Like stupid shit where you're just like, oh, the next day you wake up and you're like, you stupid bitch. That's how I wake up like almost every time I get drunk. That's why I stopped getting drunk. But I don't feel that way when I'm in a relationship, which is weird. Which is probably why I couldn't launch a relationships. I'm gonna be real here.
What about weed? When did you guys start smoking weed?
When I was 10.
10? Megan, you started smoking weed when you were 10?
Yeah.
Damn!
That's like elementary school. What happened?
I got stoned with my older brother's friends.
You got stoned with your... Okay. Was that like...
I like stayed home from school and I was really sick. And they were like, hey, this will make you feel better. And I was like, okay. And I got really stoned and then I went to sleep and I felt better. And then I decided I just liked being stoned. Been stoned ever since.
Oh my goodness.
Dave, when did you start smoking weed?
I think like when I was 15 too.
15?
I think it was at Nehalem.
Nehalem?
Yeah, Nehalem Bay.
Wow.
Oh, when you guys were camping?
Yeah. We barely had any weed.
Camping?
That's
We
wild.
were smoking resin at the end.
That's insane to me. Dude, I think it was at the end of my freshman year. That's wild.
Are you smoking?
I
remember you didn't used to smoke weed when we first started hanging out. You were like, no, I'm good.
Jose, when him and I first started hanging out, we would smoke weed hella. We smoked weed before we went to get some Buffalo Wild Wings. We smoked weed before we went to go hang out with people. We were getting high as fuck. And I enjoyed it. But now when I smoke, I'm just like, oh shit, I'm peeing my pants, dude.
I feel like being stoned
feel
is
that
my
sometimes.
normal.
What's up?
I feel like being stoned is my normal.
I've seen that.
I feel at some point.
I feel awkward and uncomfortable when I'm not stoned. So I like wake up and I'm like, I need to get a little stoned. I feel a little normal now.
I wish I felt that.
I don't feel normal from it. I feel less normal from it.
I just feel like, I smoked
it makes
weed.
me feel like oh shit, I can't process it.
It makes
anymore.
it makes
like
me
I
feel
took
more
drugs.
comfortable with
But
myself.
it's okay. What's up?
It makes me feel more comfortable with
It
myself.
makes me feel more uncomfortable.
It makes me
with
feel
myself.
less self-conscious.
But I like
and
it. Like makes me
Period,
question
David.
shit.
No,
It's
it makes
weird.
me feel less self-conscious and a little less critical on myself and a little more comfortable. Like I can just be myself.
I think it does kind of put you in like a little bit of a haze, but like I don't know.
Complete
I feel like it just
Me,
like
do
I
you
feel like
think
it
I'm
just like
hazy when I'm
distracts
stoned?
me from shit, you know, like that I should be focusing on. What's up?
Do you think I'm hazy when I'm stoned? I feel like you guys have seen me at my
I
stoned.
don't feel like I like recognize that well. Like honestly, you don't seem very stoned when you're stoned. So
Yeah, no, I don't really.
I
ever get
love
stoned.
but
it,
like I don't
though.
feel like I get too stony when I'm stoned, but like I think that I do. You know,
Sometimes
like
I've seen you stoned.
You know?
Do you remember that time you did Salvia and Max's game
Oh
room?
my goodness! But that was like that's a different drug. That
Yeah, but
was
that
like
was-
you don't look stoned. You
No,
look like
but
you
you
look
were.
like you've been to a different
You
world.
looked like you needed help.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's what that's to every single like person that uses it.
When I did Salvia, I saw a bunch of chipmunks everywhere, and I was really scared.
I feel like I did it one time, and it was my first psychedelic. So like it scared the shit out of me. Like honestly,
So
I
scary.
straight up teleported
I
to like
haven't
a
done
different
it.
place. Like nothing was recognizable. I remember a lot from it. Max's like head, like
Max's head.
Max,
Max's
when you're
head.
tripping is another dimension.
No, you know who fucks me up
Max.
when I'm tripping is Mikhail. I get like on acid and his face
First time
looks
I did.
like the Teletubby sunshine. Or like with Mikhail's face in it. He just looks so happy and warm. And I love you. Like I love doing like tripping around Mikhail's face. She's just so happy and
He's
cute.
a very happy dude. I like him a lot.
Love it. I don't know if I can ever do acid again. The last time I did acid, I tripped hard and it was bad. My ex-boyfriend fucked me up.
Blow, and I was gone. And I was like, I had a panic attack, and I was like crying, but also laughing while throwing up in the bathroom. And I was like, nope, this is not for me. And I haven't
What's the
tripped
worst
since.
trip you've all had?
I think the
was it.
salvia one, dude. Yeah.
In
like,
the game
honestly,
room when you were
no,
rocking?
not that one. Not that one.
The
Not
one.
at all. Yeah, like there was one where like, okay, so as I was saying, like Max's head was like fucking painted red, like
Oh, God.
like red, and
So
it melted
scary.
out of this like the same color red like bed sheet that my friend like Cody had, I guess, or Max's friend Cody had, and like looked at me and like started laughing, and it sounded like it was like behind glass though, like it was really weird. It was like
Wow,
it
like
was
it was
super
like kind of
vivid.
far away, but not.
No, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it was like it sounded like he was in like a glass like cage. It was insane. But, yeah.
What about
That
you,
shit
Z?
is
What's the worst you've ever had?
Well, I guess
bad
it
experience.
was that like trip that made me stop doing it was when I did blow on acid, and I literally was crying and laughing at the same time. Or the first time I did it, I literally lost like all consciousness, and I was with Max and Mikhail, and I was just laying on the ground, and Mikhail was on the couch, and Max was on the other couch, and I was just like, I'm not laying out anywhere on the couch because I'm scared right now. I didn't know, because that was back then when I didn't really do drugs like that. I only did like weed and alcohol, and I was so scared, and I was just like, I don't know what to do, but at the same time I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared because I trusted them, but at the same time I was like, I'm scared what will happen if I do any move at all, basically. So the second I move like 1 inch of my arm, I'm like, is something gonna happen that's bad? But then at some point I was watching Max like rap to TV static on his small ass TV. And he was just rapping to TV static. And that is imprinted in my mind. Every time I see Max, I bring it up. And he was just like, right into the TV. And I was just like, Max, this is TV static, but okay, go off, sis. Because I'm on your side. That shit was iconic. But I've never had that bad of an experience aside from just like mixing drugs, which mixing drugs suck sometimes.
It's scary.
When you don't know what you're doing, you're in a bad place.
Or when you're not ready.
What about you, Jose? What's your worst trip?
I had this one time where I had my birthday coming up, and I invited everyone out to this camping site out in Tillamook, Oregon.
I remember that.
Right? Okay, so
Wait, I've been there.
yeah, so I invited everyone out.
That was scary.
And once I got there,
there was no light.
once I got there, my friends offered me acid.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I said, well, you know what? It's my birthday. Like, I know it's a little unexpected, but why not? Like, I've done it
That's
before.
some shit that I would do.
Right, I've done it before. I've been okay with it. Nothing bad has ever happened.
This.
So I said, okay, I'm going to take it. It'll be fine. So I took the one type of acid they gave me. Little did I know it would ruin the entire night.
Yeah, you went.
Within
you went
40 minutes,
so wild.
I was freaking out at anything.
You were like running around. And
I
you were
was-
screaming.
I thought my friends were going to die.
Yeah.
Like, I was so freaked out by everything and anything. I couldn't handle
I remember
any
you, like, telling us there
outside
was something out
stimulation.
there, and you sat in the car and you were like, lock all the doors. And Max came up and you were like, don't let him in. And we were like, what? And you were like, don't let him in. You were just so scared. You were like, something bad's gonna happen if you unlock the door. I remember, Jose.
Dude, I
You
was...
remember sitting in the car in the middle of the forest? It was pitch black outside of the car, and you were like, lock all the doors. It was so
Oh my
scary.
gosh.
It was wild. It was a weird night. I
You
was
took
not
it right
ready.
when we got there. We got there, and you were like, you want beer? And we were like, yeah. And then they were like, you want acid? And you were like, yeah! And then all of a sudden, you were so high. And Max was like, do you want to go home? And I was like, yeah. And I'm scared of trees, bro. I didn't even want to go out into the forest in the first place. It was like up a scary gravel road and shit. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Jose, why did you choose this for your birthday?
She says, I remember.
I was scared. I understand why you got fucking scared. I won't take psychedelics in the woods again.
Psychedelics, honestly, like, it's treated
Trees are
as
scary.
something that's just like, it'll make you spiritual, but honestly, don't do psychedelics unless you're mentally prepared, like in the right stage of
You have
life.
to be with the
because
right people in the right
that
setting.
shit can really make you mentally break down for like hours straight.
Mm-hmm.
And I've experienced it before, and it's not cool. It's like, it's the worst anxiety you could feel. And if you do it with the right people at the right time, it's super chill. Like, you're walking around and you're looking at cool shit, and everyone's like, that's fucking cool. And you're like, that's fucking cool. That's the cool shit. Doing it when you're fucked up and no one else is, or they are, but they are on a different level, it's just like
Or being scared.
being a brain fart.
It's so heightened when you're like scared on psychedelics.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you guys have been through some shit, haven't you?
Period.
No, I'm scared to tell you guys my worst trip. I never want to do acid again. I've just been doing mushrooms straight up because
How much caused it?
What?
How many like doses caused it?
I only took one tab, but my ex-boyfriend, who was extremely mentally and physically abusive, took 3 tabs just to fuck with me. Like, he got mad at me, put 1 tab in his mouth. He had never done acid before, and then he was like, "Fuck you," and he put 2 more tabs in his mouth, and I was like, "Spit him out, spit him out." And he spit them out, but it was too late. He was so high, and it was horrible. It was the worst experience of my life. I have nightmares about it.
Oh my god.
Like, I think if I do acid again, it will bring back all of those memories.
It kind of can, yeah.
Yeah, I'm scared of that, but I'm also like, feel like if I do it with the right people, it wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Shrooms don't give you the same anxiety that acid does.
Shrooms have given me the
Shrooms
worst
make me
anxiety
feel-
ever.
Shrooms make me feel like amazing.
Shrooms make me
Make
feel
me
like
feel like
vapor.
laughing.
Shrooms is literally going to a different dimension, and to me, acid is just like, you're the same person, but different things are happening, kind of thing.
Okay.
Shrooms are just like,
Acid used
fucked up to me.
Acid used to be my
Shrooms
favorite.
are not. You just
Even
have
a
to
little
microdose.
bit.
No.
Okay, even a microdose, I was just like, I'm so happy.
I guess
I
it-
haven't
it
been
must-
this happy in so long. Someone help me.
Really? You were
Yeah.
happy though?
I was happy, and my
it
friend
makes
gave
me happy too, but like
they gave me
I
like
feel
5 doses of shrooms as a Christmas present because it was so
Okay.
good to me. But like at the same time, I was like, I am fucked up. I would not do this shit on my own and get fucked up on my own. Like I would
Yeah.
want people I trust around me to just guide
And
me
it's-
and walk around and look at lights and trees and mushrooms.
agree,
And
I
we're so
agree.
happy.
I did shrooms with Sebastian a couple times, and it was really fun. We just went walks.
There's a lot of people that
Like-
take it daily though. Like at a point where
As
it's
a
like not
microdose,
yeah, where
I think
not
it's really.
noticeable.
My old college roommate used to take a microdose every day.
It's
I've been-
very. It's.
I've been
I'm
looking
very
into it.
intrigued because I've like definitely experienced like performance enhance off of mushrooms.
I've been
For sure.
taking it routinely every 3 months for the last year for my BPD, and it really helps. And I've thought about microdosing it as a daily dose, just to
Right.
see if it would help with like
It will
just
not.
like
it will not matter. Is like the thing.
just
It
like
will
my
not
emotion,
affect you
my
if you microdose
emotional
it.
like I don't know scale.
You can do it. You can do it.
I've been thinking about it, just doing it, just like a little bit every day. Because it helps me feel less panicky. I don't know. It makes me, like I said, it makes me feel comfortable.
I'm actually
That's
really.
Cool, that's cool. It makes me feel kind of.
I have
like
really,
warm and, like,
really
snug,
bad like
you know?
self-esteem and body dysmorphia. So when
Okay.
I'm on something, I feel more comfortable and less
I feel that, I feel that.
self-conscious
Okay.
about myself.
All right.
I don't know.
That's fair.
That makes
Mushrooms
sense.
makes me feel a little more happier.
Mm-hmm.
Acid used to be my favorite. It felt like eye-opening. It would make me feel very self-aware. But I'm
Really?
I'm just scared about it now.
It's terrifying to me. I feel like I took it once and it was really good. The first time I ever took it was really good.
I've
'Cause
done
I didn't have any
acid probably
expectation.
10 or more times.
But like after like the first few times, like I'm just like it doesn't feel the same anymore. It's lost its magic, you know.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. It's just not. Yeah. It's,
I think it also depends on where you're getting it from. I have a like trusting source that I've used for years,
yeah.
and I'm always really satisfied with the products that I get.
Mhm.
But I've tried other things, and I've been like, I don't like that. But
Okay.
I've only had really one bad trip, and it is that acid trip that I had.
Okay.
But other than that, I haven't had any like trip that I've been like, that was literally horrible.
Yeah.
I
That's
agree.
good.
That's just scary.
It
It is
I don't know
so
how- yeah.
scary.
I feel like I learned a lot from it, but like honestly, they didn't offer that much insight. In hindsight.
I feel like when I'm on acid, I kind of like think a lot inside my head. But the last time I did it, I wasn't able to do that because I was like trying to take care of my ex-boyfriend who was being really horrible.
I feel that.
Can I present? Hold on. Can I present you guys with this question?
Yes.
Let's go about 15 years in the future. We're all figuratively whatever.
Figuratively.
Yes, and also hypothetically, let's say you guys all have children. What would you say if your children came up to you and said, "Hey, we want to try acid"? Savina, what would you say?
Oh my god. I honestly would be like, are you down to try until you're like 18 to try this? If they're like, fuck no, which they probably will be like, I'd be like, I guess I'm down to be in the same vicinity but not be on your grill, and I could trip sit, so could your friends. I ideally have one of your friends be trip sitting. I don't know. I really don't know. It's acid. Like, this is an extreme, like, drug, to be honest. Like,
I feel like, yeah, you'd have to get, like, tested, honestly, for me to trust, but just microdose the first part.
yeah, microdose the first time.
Take half, be careful, you know, like, you need to watch yourself.
Megan, what would you say to your kids?
For the record, I don't want any children. But if I did, I would want them to do it in a safe environment with people they feel comfortable with. I would tell them to drink water or, you know, juices and things that would help them.
Snacks.
And, like, I would make it okay for them to call me if they were, like, ever freaking out and they were like, I need you to come pick me up because I'm so fucked up right now. I would rather be home. Mm-hmm. I never want to create, like, a hostile environment because I know as, like, a kid with my aunt, like, we used to call her a Nazi all the time because, like, she had so many rules and stuff, and I was so scared of her all the time. But, like, it is nice to have, like, a safe environment, and I feel like I've had less bad trips because I had an aunt who taught me about how to be safe and use things responsibly.
Mm-hmm. I want to be, like, the aunt or the mom that can, like, drive someone home if they don't feel comfortable, or I can take them to feel more comfortable without crossing, like, a line, you know?
It's like making teenagers more aware of the law that, like, if someone's overdosing, that you can call the police and you can't be charged for illegal possession or, like, using drugs that are illegal or anything because it's saving a life. It's just, like, having education just to make people, like, keep people from dying because it does happen.
Mm-hmm. And it's scary. That's not something you want to experience at, like, 16 because it's your first time taking drugs or whatever the fuck.
I would express that I would prefer them not to do it.
Yeah. I would, yeah, for sure.
I prefer you not to. Like, why do you feel like the need to do it? I'd be like, why do you want to do it? Why do you need to do it? Is it because you're pressured or, like, do other people want you to do it?
Definitely.
Definitely want to come to that, but I would rather them be safe and do it than have absolutely no idea what the fuck they're doing.
Exactly, and they're stuck at a park.
Yeah, and be scared.
Like, ego tripping and, like, freaking the fuck out.
I've been traumatized, and I don't want that to happen to a child.
I wouldn't want that on my own. I would want a place for them to be feeling safe.
Dave,
what about you, Jose?
Dave. What would you say to your kids if they came up to you and said, "We want to try acid"?
Probably similar things, honestly. Like, I feel like I would ask them, like, what is the reason? What is the reason you want to do this? And then, like, I would offer them, like, a safe way to contact me or like do it in my presence, you know? But it's kind of weird because then you're sort of enabling. So, sorry.
Yeah, enabling and also just, like, you being there in the household or the vicinity of them tripping is also off-putting. Like, who wants to trip and be like, my mom's in the other room, calm down, guys.
I feel like it's just kind of like an innate urge, though. Like, I feel like
kids are kids.
Punished for it.
When we were kids, did we have any adults pressuring us to go try drugs? No, we were pressured by society and other kids doing it to go try it. Mm-hmm. Kids are gonna do it, you know, no matter what. I'd prefer to, like, present them and be like, I'd never do crack and meth and heroin, you know?
Yeah,
but, like,
that should actually, well, a lot of things can ruin your life.
A lot of things can. Acid is even really dangerous, but I'd rather them know, like, the risks and how to do it safely if they are going to attempt it, because the chances are that kids are going to try those kinds of things, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's just, like, part of growing up is trying things that, like, other people have experienced just to gain,
that's such an interesting question, because, like, I don't want to be, like, do whatever the fuck you want kind of mom, but I also want to be, like, if you're going to do it,
well, does that make you a bad mom for being, like, I know my kids are going to do drugs and I want them to be knowledgeable?
No,
I don't even fucking know.
I don't think so at all, no.
Like, I don't know.
That's worse than the alternative. That's better than the alternative.
I feel like kids who don't know shit go to parties and get so fucking drunk and get alcohol poisoning and end up in the hospital, and their parents are so shocked and they punish them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
They didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah,
All kids
and
drink.
honestly, in the same case, I would have done the same thing, which is the worst thing. Like, I would have just been like, what the fuck are you doing this shit? Like, at least tell me. Like,
Well,
I can't be worried about you, like, just thinking you're dead every night when you're sneaking out going to your friend's place, but you're...
I'd rather my
party.
kid be able to be like, I'm at this party, here's my location. Love
Yes,
you.
exactly.
Than not know where my child is
Exactly.
and think they're at someone's house.
I want
and
them to
they're
be
not.
straight up with me, even if they aren't straight up with me, because at least I know where they are, because I want to make sure they're okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like that line where you're like, you have to be a parent versus a friend, but like, where's that line of being a parent and like being too much of a friend?
Mhm.
Like,
Because we've been through it. We know what it's like to
we
be
know
in
what
these
it's like.
situations.
We also know what it's like to have parents that are overbearing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like we've all had parents that are a little like restrictive at times.
I feel like it's easier to say like when you don't have a kid too. You know, like when you go through it and you have
Yeah,
like another like
definitely.
person there that's going through it.
So I'm
with
saying
you.
I can't deal with that unknown variable. I ain't ever having children.
Really? You would never have children?
Never. I would rather be that aunt that everyone is like, I love them. Oh, they're coming to visit. I'm so excited. Let me clear my calendar. Like, I'd rather that. I don't know. I have like mental problems. Like I said, like there's sometimes when I can't even get out of bed. Like, how am I supposed to take care of someone else?
That's fair. That is fair.
That's not fair to put on a child knowing that you're unprepared and that you have an inability to take care of yourself, and then be like, oh, but I want something to take care of even though I can't take care of myself. It's selfish.
Yeah, I think it happens way too often where children are kind of brought into this world prematurely and the parents aren't able to kind of care for them, and it happens to have a negative effect on those children's development, and they don't get enough nurturing or care or whatever the case might be. And I think people should be very conscious of what they are bringing into the world. I don't think it should be a case where people just have babies because they aren't ready for them. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't feel like a child should be had for meaning. I feel like a child should be had because you want to add something to your life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it should be your meaning for your life. I think it should be like, I need something more. I already have a lot, but I need something more.
You need to kind of already feel complete.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't really realize that though. It doesn't go through their mind.
They think a child's gonna complete them, and then they have this little being that they think they can control and mold into what they want to be, but like they're their own individual. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like that's fair to put on someone. Like, you have to be prepared that they're gonna have their own identity, wants, needs, and like individual
But then
personality.
also, don't you feel thankful that you were brought into this world?
To a point, I also was
Right.
raised by a mother that abandoned me and had a lot of resentment for me, and it would have been nicer.
Fair enough, but like the shot of you specifically being born is very nil. So it's lucky to be here. I feel like it's lucky, and I should show that like gratitude too.
I get
So-
that. I've had a
And
lot
then
of
like
people
pass
die.
it on to other people, so that bad shit.
But
doesn't
still,
happen.
I don't want to raise a child feeling the way I felt as a kid, and I feel like that's my responsibility. As
So
an
yeah, you have to
individual.
pick the situation, right? You have to pick the situation. If you want to bring a child up like in the correct care, and you can do that, then
Then
it's
go
the
for
right
it. Yeah,
decision,
definitely.
right? Yeah, I agree.
But like
So,
for me personally, I don't think it's appropriate.
it's case dependent. It's case
Yeah.
dependent. Yeah.
But like I think you guys would be great parents, and I
Fuck
would
no.
love to be their aunt. Love it. But I'm not gonna put my problems on a child 24/7.
I feel like honestly, just because like you stare at yourself more in a mirror than like other people, you like don't really realize like what their life is like as well. So,
Yeah,
perspective's
perspective's hard to
Yeah,
get when you
it's
aren't
hard to
looking
get.
for it.
It's like easy to be focused on yourself for sure. Like, you do it that.
There's a pee break.
yeah.
I want pizza.
Dude, there's nothing.
What a crazy time.
Jose.
Well, guys, thank you again for joining us for this craziness. It's been a really cool talk, honestly. Thank you to all our guests, Serena, Megan, David, my good friends. Love you guys all. This has been another episode of Cast with Friends with your host and proprietor, Jose Alvarado. Thank you guys again for an amazing episode. Appreciate it. Till the next time. Ka, ka, ka.